Andrew McGahan here for SevereMMA in SBG Concord, standing alongside Brian Moore ahead of his fight at BAMMA now in a couple of weeks' time. And Brian, first things first, a quick turnaround. I know you said after your last fight, your last win, that you wanted to be in there as quick as possible.
Yeah.
I know you're a man who's talked about Christmas before and weight cutting and stuff like that. Was it as easy as you'd hoped?
Yeah, it was. I have changed my... Well, I try practice as I preach, as I do to my own clients, about sustainability with nutrition. I see often with fighters, and I'm guilty of it myself, after fights, going up too much and things like that. Well, just being smarter and enjoying your nutrition constantly, rather than having to work your ass off and making that the prime focus for your training camp. You know what I mean? You should be focusing on your training more so than cutting weight. So my weight is 100% fine, and Christmas had no impact whatsoever.
I know it can be hard when you interview a guy right after a fight. The adrenaline is still going and he hasn't had a chance to actually reflect on it. After looking back on your previous performance, any positives maybe that you missed out the last time?
Oh no, I was very happy with it. I think I was happy with just after as well. Look, put it this way, I've went into most fights trying to be the striker. I don't think I've ever had a game plan other than trying to knock someone out. And if grappling has taken place, sometimes it would be initiated by the other person, but or myself after losing track of what I should possibly do. But for that fight, I wanted to mix it up, but I wanted to exchange on the feet a little bit, primarily get the fight on the floor, which I did, and I was able to do successfully. And I was very happy with my wrestling. Usually I was using it as a wrestling defense, but I used it as an offense, and I found I was very happy with it.
Do you think in future now, from that performance, future opponents will look at that and they'll see how dominant you were in the wrestling, and they'll think, okay, I'm going to work on my stand up for this fight, then bringing it back to the type of fight that you've always wanted it to be? Do you think one good performance like that will stop people from maybe wanting to grapple in future?
Possibly, but at this stage I think everyone is well rounded. Like I'm very well versed on both grappling and the striking and the clinch, so I'm very happy wherever it goes, to be honest, Andrew. And it's about adapting when you're in there as well. Like, some game plans will change, and I'm someone who does like to game plan, to be honest. I know there's a lot of guys who don't, but you have to be able to adapt, overcome, and I'm happy anywhere it goes. I'm sure lads will study me and study what I do, but I think that'll give them more to think about, because maybe before they would have liked, he likes to strike. He doesn't really exchange too much with the takedowns, but now they'll see that that's something to worry about again.
With the last fight being up north, maybe not as much support able to follow from the sticks up that far. It's a bit of a trek. This time though, BAMMA 3 Arena, Dublin, a lot closer for these people. What's the crowd going to be like, Brian Moore wise?
70 Wexfordians coming down, or coming up from Wexford.
Is that what they're called, is it?
No, I just made that up. Yellow bellies. Yeah, but no, it's 70 tickets sold, and more to be sold. But I've taken myself out of the whole ticket selling. I don't really enjoy it, but there's guys going on Ticketmaster now, so I think there'll be about 90 estimated anyway. There's 70 for sure. Going from Wexford, and a load of support, and couldn't be more grateful or happy about that.
Something I think we're going to see more now in Irish MMA is guys maybe that have trained together from the start and early in.
Be like a blank canvas for both of us. Do you know what I mean? I can look at his tapes, he can look at mine, but at the end of the day, you're always developing, you're always getting in with new tools in your arsenal.
To be honest, in his other fights, he's always looked incredibly good in his stand-up part of the fights, where grappling may have let him down in the past. For me, I think this could be a fight that's maybe flying under the radar in terms of how exciting it actually could end up being on the feet.
Yeah, it could be. Look, to be honest, I don't think I've ever been in a boring fight. I can't remember anyway, but I try my best not to be, but that's just the way I fight. I'm always looking for a finish, so I think no matter who I fight, it'll always be exciting. I've always went in there and never give an ounce of give up in me, and I just want to keep going. So no matter who I fight, I think it'll always be exciting, to be honest.
And then finally, if we're looking at 2016 as a whole, the plan for it, I know you're saying that you're growing your business as well, and you have your own personal training stuff going on down in Waterford? Wexford, Wexfordians. is there going to be more focus on that, or are you going to still able to juggle everything in terms of keeping an active pro fighting career?
I was actually only talking to a person about it the other day. I have a triangle of my business, of my training, and of course my family. So I have that triangle.
You're going to be in trouble if you didn't mention the family there. I was in my head. I was these two here. You better mention the family.
But I have that, and they all work really well. They're all synced in very well together. And if I don't put a concentration on one, the other two fall down. You know what I mean? So I have a really good balance, and I absolutely love it. If I was to get signed with the UFC in 2016, I'd continue what I do from a day-to-day basis. I love what I do. So why change it? It's working extremely well. Probably, I don't know, I felt like a much better athlete, a much better fighter, much better mindset in my last fight, and that's what taking on, with having a 1-year-old daughter, almost one, and a new business. There was more things to juggle and worry about, but I felt fantastic in there. So, I think it's working really well together. So happy.
Lovely, Brian. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
See
much.
you soon.
Thank you.